Okay, so today we have Blur and Popscene, and we got the music video here too. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked, but we'll see what happens. I've not reacted to Blur in over 2 years, and Popscene has been on my mind, especially lately, because one of my friends has talked about how much she likes it. So I thought, I've never heard it. I like a lot of Blur songs, so let's come back to them. My goodness gracious, less than 3 minutes long here. Let's get into Popscene. I did see as well, this song, they wanted it, from what I've read, they wanted this to be their breakthrough, but it kind of flopped, and so now I'm even more intrigued. So let's go. Popscene. Spiraling.
Comes naturally, but I never really stop to think how. And everyone is a clever clone, a clone am I. So in the absence of a way of life, just repeat this again and again and again. Hey, hey, come out tonight. Hey, hey, come out tonight. Popscene, alright. Twisted arm. Accusing there's no panic there, just dangling your feet in the grass. But like a natural luster now, seems to be losing me friends. So in the absence of a way of life, I'll repeat this again and again and again. Hey, hey, come out tonight. Hey, hey, come out tonight. Popscene.
His guitar. Blur and Popscene. So how is this not a hit? I mean, holy moly. That was about, again, under 3 minutes of pure noise, thrilling noise, I gotta say. Of just, I mean, unforgiving sound. I guess you would categorize this as pop rock or whatever you want to say. I have Britpop as well. I know a lot of people don't like that term Britpop, at least people who have commented on my videos before, but I have seen that this song people have said was one of the pioneers for what Britpop would become, so there you go. Anyway, this was just insane. It was less than 3 minutes, and it's just, again, there's so much going on. The video, I'm glad I watched the video, just the flashes, the repetition of the, the video parts, and Damon just going nuts, and everyone else just standing there playing their instruments, and, and Damon's just flying off the handle, and he bumps into Alex James at one point there on bass guitar, and I mean, I gotta say too, watching this video, I believe, of course, Song 2 came out in 1997. I would say this is the same set, or at least Song 2 set was modeled after this set. And I mean, this has so many different parallels to Song 2 as well, now that I think about it. Because you would say, as you can hear in the lyrics. I mean, obviously Damon does not seem to be a fan of some people, and I would think he's going after the music industry, and that's the same kind of thing that's going on in song 2, where I think he was mocking grunge music, I do believe, and here again he's mocking, I would say, the pop scene. He's mocking, basically, I guess pop scene is almost another word for just the whole industry, and what was at the top there at this point in 1992, what was making the charts, which again, 1992 was still grunge, so I don't know if he's still going after grunge here in 92 like he was in 97, but there's a lot of parallels there between both songs. I mean, this could be song 2 1.0, and then song 2 was song 2 2.0. But anyway, so yeah, and everyone knows song 2, of course, so I don't know how did this song not get so big, but of course it did become a fan favorite, I guess, and it became, I don't know if Blur is still going today. I know they've done different tours since they did break up at one point there, and then of course he created Gorillaz and such, and Damon created Gorillaz and such, but it has become a fan favorite, and I believe a live fan favorite as well. They played this live a few times. But yeah, apparently it was a flop. I don't think they put it on the album either. They just said, no, whatever. And it's almost like they wanted to forget about it, if I'm correct there, but which is nuts, because again, there's so much energy here. The energy is infectious. I mean, watching Damon jump around makes me want to, bob my head around like an idiot. It makes me want to just go off the handle. His vocals here are so fiery. He has such a beautiful voice. I mean, it sounds fun to say, but it's true, obviously. He has such a beautiful voice and is so pretty. And he can go, of course, he has such a great baritone at the same point. And here he's going to you might say a higher register, but again, he has so much firepower in his voice. You can tell he has a lot of passion. He's not phoning this one in. And again, he seems passionate about being angry at the music industry and these clones that he's seeing, and even he's called himself even a clone, another cookie cutter artist during that time. And so yeah, just listening to him just be angry, be frustrated, and just sound great while doing it. And at different points, again, he would turn up that fire a little bit. He would become a bit more raspy, which I really enjoyed. Again, and his looks. Damon Albarn, I mean, we all know Damon looks great. Even, especially back here in his early 20s, he was a great looker there. And again, you talk about Blur, you talk about Oasis, you talk about all these people in the Britpop scene, Pulp, everything. I mean, no matter who you pick, I would say that Damon was probably the best looking of them all. I mean, that's got to be said once more. But Alex James on bass guitar here. This song was very much bass driven. The bass line here was just incredible. That was the first thing that popped into my head. I guess maybe not the first thing, because off the top, I think it was that frantic guitar work that almost was like a spiral guitar work. I think that's what it was the first thing that got me. But then Alex James on a bass, I was like, oh my God, the bass line here is so prominent. It's so important. He cuts through everything like a knife through butter. And then we go on, I could talk about with Graham Coxon, I love his style. I got to talk about too, I'm kind of all over the place, but I think about a song like Beetle Bum, which Graham Coxon's intro on that is one of my favorite intros on any song ever. I just love his style. I just love his guitar playing style, whatever. His how he uses his guitar. And that's happening again here. And especially, I do believe Leisure was their first album. This song was after that album, of course. I think this is going to be on their second one, but again, I don't think it actually was put on the album. But it was after Leisure, and their sound much changed a lot since then, especially on this track. This was loud as hell, and I do believe I read that Blur said this was the loudest and noisiest thing they had done, and they were very proud of it. And again, a lot of that has to do with Graham Coxon's guitar playing. It's so frantic, it's so energetic as well. You talk about Damon being energetic, and Graham and the rest of the boys, they're Graham, Dave, and Alex kind of being swaying back and forth like usual. But look at their hands going; they're going as frantic as Damon's body's going. I mean, they're all going nuts. And yeah, so it's just fun to watch that. Watch their hands again. And that spiraling, frantic, energetic guitar work, obviously. And then you got Dave Rowntree on the fucking drums. I don't mean to swear, but this song just did something to me. It's just got me so hyped, and I just had to swear. But watching him be so hard-hitting, watching him just be so thunderous. I mean, and watching him be so fast-paced and still be accurate and still be, sound well and all that stuff that goes along with being fast. You can play fast, but you gotta still be good at it. And he was. And anyway, it just seemed like the band would just had so much energy. They had to get something off their chest, and especially within the lyrics too. And yeah, they succeeded at that. But again, I'm just so surprised this didn't go anywhere. It was a flop for them. And I guess, until 5 years later, song 2 would really take them to the top. And I guess that was the first song that they broke, into America with. But of course, the UK and such knew about Blur's greatness before that. So anyway, that was just crazy. My God. Obviously, again, I can only imagine, watching this in a live performance like I talked about earlier there, and how this kind of became a staple, I want to say, and their live sets, because I can just imagine the jumping around, the franticness in the crowd, and just how fun that would be. But, bring a helmet, goddamn. So anyway, but yeah, I just love his, it's a critique, I guess you would say, again, on the music industry. And again, it's something that I didn't know Damon already did, back here in 92, because of course everyone knows Song 2 and how that's kind of, a mockery of the music industry and grunge once again. But I did not know that they kind of talked about that stuff earlier, 5 years before. So here we are. Anyway, and also, I did not mention, but looking at the personnel, the kick horns, it says here, are on brass. The kick horns, I just want to make sure, the kick horns, it was our UK horn section based in London. There you go. They have worked with many different musicians, and yeah, okay, they established themselves in the 1980s. There you go. But yeah, the kick horns, the brass section, the horns. I said at one point, I was like, "There's horns on this," which gave it an even more lively. I hate to say it again, but energetic feel too. But it just livened the song even more, if that was even possible. But it was, and yeah, it was just crazy. It was so lively already, and then the horn section comes in and just, I don't know, it just gave it an extra oomph, which I don't think the song even needed an extra oomph, but I enjoyed it anyway, and I enjoyed the horns on it, or the brass anyway, as it's put in Wikipedia. Got cat hair on my nose, my God. So with the first verse. Let's get into this. This is going to be crazy. A fervid image, my God, of another world is nothing in particular now, and imitation comes naturally. Off the bat, I mean, Damon sounds like he's mocking somebody. He sounds like he's being, what the hell's the word I'm looking for? He sounds like he's being mocked. What the fuck? Why can I think? I guess sarcastic or whatever. Anyway, you can tell he's got something on his mind here. But I never really stopped to think how, and everyone is a clone, a chrome-covered clone am I, even includes himself here. So in the absence of a way of life, just repeat this again and again and again. Again, and it's just, again, I think about a song like Repeat Stuff by Bo Burnham comes to mind, and I mean, even he was talking about pop in the 2010. So, I mean, this is not a new thing, obviously, of how people just do the same structure, the same thing. They're all the same kind of, I guess, cookie-cutter artists, and that's what Blur saw. People going to the top, I guess Blur and Damon saw especially, people going to the top who were, I guess, again, they were just boring. I feel like he thought everyone was just boring, and even he put himself into that, and how we're all just clones, and I mean, what's the point? I mean, all this kind of thing is coming to life. There's no way of life. Why have any way of life when what we're doing is working and it's just boring anyway? But hey, we're making money and we're getting to the top of the charts. Hey, what the hell? Just repeat this line again and again, even though it's, again, takes our soul away. It makes us money, and it helps us top the charts, whatever. Imitation comes naturally. Again, we're just imitating those people we heard from, I guess you might say, the 60s, the 70s, 80s as well. And yeah, let's just copy what we have heard before, and or even copy other bands from the 90s too, the early 90s, whatever. And I feel like this is also a call to put more spotlight on indie bands as well. Blur, or yeah, I guess Blur is kind of saying, there are many good indie bands. Let's, put some more spotlight on them, and forget about the people who are at the top right now, who are boring as hell. I mean, that comes to mind too. Then we have the chorus, which again, it's a great lead in, just repeat this again and again and again. Hey, come out tonight. Hey, come out tonight. Popscene, all right. Again, hey, come out tonight. That just, I feel like it's another mocking chorus. It's just an easy, nothing chorus. And again, it just makes me think about woohoo, the chorus from fucking Song 2, which is just so easy, and it's just woohoo. And it's just mocking of how easy it can be to get a hit. I mean, that's what makes me think about it. Popscene, all right. It's just, you're not really saying much, but the way you say it is just like, oh, it sounds so good, it's so catchy, and there you go, you got a hit, brother. But unfortunately, though, the song couldn't be a hit for Blur. I'm leaving town to run away. I mean, I can feel that. That's relatable. Run into your twisted arms. So, hold on. Hold my thought. No cues, and there's no panic there. Just dangle your feet in the grass. I love that sound, the sound of that. My lack of a natural luster now seems to be losing me friends. So in the absence of a way of life, again, we go back to that. I'll repeat this again and again and again. It's just, it's beautiful and it's fun. But yeah, what I was going to say there, but I wanted to finish the whole thing before I got into it, was, let me go back to it. Yeah, into your twisted arms. It seems like even though wherever he's running to, just to get away from all of this stuff, just to get away from this scene, just to get away from the industry, just to get away from these boring people and, the way he's starting to hate his job. I mean, if we want to go right down personally to Damon, I don't know if Damon wrote the song, the lyrics, or if it was, a contribution of all of them or whoever it was, but it seemed like, they wanted to get away. They did not want to lose their love for music, perhaps. Maybe that was also, they felt stressed about this thing. All of this stuff comes to mind. So he's running to somebody's twisted arm. So even the person he's running to, he doesn't really seem to be a big fan of, but it's better than what he was putting up with, at home. And yeah, just let your feet dangle in the grass, take a load off in the grass and, just, lay back. What the hell? And, losing him friends. I don't know if that's Damon himself, his thoughts and his opinions on this are losing him friends or what, or if he's taken cause there are points here where it almost feels like he's taken the POV of a boring, pop star there, who's losing friends because they're boring and all this stuff. So anyway, I'll repeat this again and again and again, because what the hell, for an absence of life, at least I got my music here, and at least I got a catchy song that somehow got to the top. Then we have the hey, 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 come out tonight, of course, that chorus. And then the instrumental break, which I just loved how they took a break there. And once again, I feel like the brass section came in there and kind of livened things up, and you knew the chorus was coming back in. So it just fit very nice. And then the chorus is repeated there a couple times. Popscene. And I just love the quickness, I don't know why I have a hard time remembering words tonight, but my God, just that, the quick, I guess, pop scene, the delivery that, Damon had on different parts here. And again, there's just so much fire to his voice. He sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like he's going to bite you. I mean, my God, it's just the way his mouth just moves so quickly, and his pop scene is just holy fuck. But anyway, these words couldn't escape his mouth fast enough. And, the song couldn't get over fast enough either. Not in a bad way, just that's what it felt like. They wanted to get to the end as fast as they could. And even though the song was a bop, holy moly. So I guess that's all I gotta say. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. I did not expect such a energetic, infectious track. I don't know what I expected, but holy moly, this, had you on edge and had you on your toes, and it was noisy as all get out, but it was enjoyable as hell at the same point. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all of that stuff. I'll talk to you guys again soon.